what's up everybody? Nola Deach here, and I'm coming to you from New Orleans. I'm out here near the Mississippi River because something special has arrived. The big boy steam locomotive is here. We're gonna go check it out. So let's go. And even though it is super hot out here, the view is fantastic of the river. There's even a barge coming up ahead. The line of cars getting into the park was a lot longer than I expected. I have a feeling the crowd is going to be pretty big. And just on the other side of this soccer field and behind the levee is the big boy train. Even from this distance I can see how massive it is. It's huge. And I can also see that there are quite a lot of people standing around out there, a lot more than I expected. I really didn't know what to expect coming out here today. But I guess there are a lot of rail fans, a lot of train fans coming to check out the big boy. This is a very unique thing to happen. To be able to come see this in person, it's pretty cool. And there it is. Wow. That's pretty big. And there are a lot of people out here. How y'all doing? So the Big Boy 4014 is one of 25 steam locomotives that were built for the Union Pacific Railroad, dating back to 1941. Some interesting facts here. The engine weighs more than 1.2 million pounds, holds 25,000 gallons of water, it's 133 feet long, 7,000 horsepower, and it can travel up to 65 miles an hour. These were built to be able to pull a 3,600 ton freight train load unassisted up steep mountains between Utah and Wyoming. Smaller engines were struggling up the mountains and causing bottlenecks in rail traffic, and this would have caused major problems for World War II, which was right around the corner. The 4014 was delivered in December of 1941. In that time, it racked up over 1 million miles on its route between Ogden, Utah and Cheyenne, Wyoming. The 4014 operated until December of 1961, when it was retired. The Big Boy is the largest steam locomotive in the world, and of the 25, there are only 8 left, and this one is the only one in operation. Union Pacific reacquired the 4014 from the Rail Giants Train Museum in 2013, and it came home to Cheyenne to be restored. On May 4th, 2019, it had its inaugural run. And now it's currently on tour around the country, and New Orleans is one of the stops. These were the only locomotives to use a 4-8-8-4 wheel arrangement. This was a 4-wheel leading truck for stability when entering curves, 2 sets of 8 driving wheels, and a 4-wheel trailing truck to support the rear of the engine. This thing is a beast, and at the time it was the loudest thing on the rails. I'm just in awe standing here next to it, being able to look at its massive size. I mean, this thing is huge, and it's pulling a lot of cars behind it. And from what I understand, a lot of people actually paid a pretty good amount of money to ride the train on its tour. I think it was somewhere around $2,000 or $3,000. I might be wrong. But there are quite a few cars attached to this thing, trailing the back of it. One of the cars attached is a railroad museum that you're supposed to be able to go in and check out. And unfortunately, due to COVID, they're not allowing people on at this time, which is kind of disappointing. I was really hoping to see that. oh well. At least as I walk next to it, you can kind of look into some of the cars and see a little bit of the insides here. And they don't let you get too close to the train. Some of these cars are really cool. They got these bubble viewing areas on top of the car itself. And I can kind of see some of them. You can see people sitting up there, so there must be raised seats there. And as the train is riding the rails, I guess you can look out and get a really decent view of the scenery passing by while you ride the train. And I am now at the rear of the train, and you can see the Union Pacific Railroad logo, noting that it is the big boy tour that it is on right now. There's also merchandise out here, although the line was very long and it is extremely hot out here. I see people walking around with their fans. I just didn't feel like standing in line. I just can't get over the scope of how large and how massive this thing is, especially compared to just a regular train engine or a modern train engine. It's pretty amazing.
Oh yeah.
I wanted to try and see if I can get a little bit closer than I was earlier. There's no people standing right here. Get a better view of the wheels that are on it. I can't imagine what it would be like to drive this thing, to sit up there. It's got to be pretty cool. It's really just an amazing feat of engineering, this train, and considering how old it is, it's awesome. It's awesome to see this. And apparently there's somebody underneath the train working on the wheels right now. If you look real close, you can see him down there, covered in oil or whatever that is, grease, oil, whatever, working on the wheels. A very cool experience to see this out here like this. I'm impressed. I didn't know what to expect, but this was awesome. Well, unfortunately, due to COVID, they are not allowing anybody on the train for the museum they have. But I got a fan. Check it out. That's pretty cool, I guess. Yeah, right? It's hot out here. Oh man, it's hot out here. But it's pretty awesome. This train was really cool to see up close and in person. If it comes near you, go see it. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed a little lanyap from this Hoodat. Go pass a good time.